All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Give honor to the apostles and elders, the investor, Rubel, and love and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing the word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to all the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. All right, we out here once again. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We're out here to warn our people of the coming judgment of the Lord, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. He was a dark-skinned man with woolly hair. His true ancient biblical name is Yahweh Shai. He's coming down to bring salvation to the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of 144,000 men, 12,000 men from each of the 12 tribes. You have a great multitude whom the Lord will deliver from the land of America, which consists of men, women, and children. And then you got the scattered elect around the four corners of the nation, which some of our people look like the other nations, as said in Revelation chapter 7. Read on down, that great multitude. A lot of our people look like the other nations, but their lineage goes back to the Israelites according to their father's side. And their spirit bear witness with the word that they are the people. But the Lord is coming back to bring the death and destruction to the rest of our people, 2/3 of our people over here in the land of America. And the Lord is also bringing the death and destruction and judgment to the earth for these other nations, started and primarily with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, for how wickedly he ran the earth, how wickedly he has managed the earth in the absence of the Lord. You know, when I say absence, I mean the Lord is not physically down here on earth, you know, because when the Lord comes back, it's going to be the end of Esau's rulership and the beginning of the Israelites' rulership. That's why the scriptures say in 2 Ezra 6, Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. And in that process of Esau's time period of ruling the earth, it's going to be calamities, it's going to be destruction, it's going to be plague, it's going to be a time like never before. Brother, you know, second Israel chapter 9, start there. But during that time, you know, the elect, which, you know, right now, because we live in the end, the elect, the hopeful elect are getting their minds together. You know, we coming out, we're trying to walk in the ways of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And why? Because we're tired of taking L's. You know, you go through the history, go through our history, and the captivity that the Lord said will come on our people. You know, first and foremost, you got the split of the nation of Israel, but you got the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom by the King Solomon. And then eventually the southern kingdom, I mean, the northern kingdom was taken away by the Assyrians, and you got the southern kingdom who was conquered by the Babylonians. And then after that, we just had the Syrians and egg. After the Babylonians, you know, the northern kingdom was captured by the Assyrians, so they further came over here to the American, you know, to the west, which is now known as America. But you had the southern kingdom taken over by the Babylonians, then turned around, led right into the Persian, you know, Medo-Persian Empire. And this, like I said, this is back to back. This is years of captivity. But right after one, you had the next, and then right after the Medo, right after the Medo-Persian captivity, you had the captivity of the Greeks, which is Esau Edom. Esau Edom beginning of his rulership over the earth in the Greco, you know, the Greek Empire. And then after the Greek Empire, you had the Roman Empire. So this is hundreds and hundreds of years ahead, because none of it was good for the Israelites. You know, and after the Roman Empire fell, you had a brief time before Esau Edom came back into rulership. You know, and what you see today is hundreds and hundreds of years again of the Israelites being oppressed, in the worst oppression, the worst slavery ever known in existence. So we tired of taking the L's. We tired of being at the bottom and seeing all these other nations move over something that was created for us. This is Second Ezra 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Psalm chapter 106, I'm starting at verse 1. You might read the whole chapter. It said, praise ye the Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. For he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Who can utter the mighty acts of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai? Who can show forth all his praise? Blessed are they that keep judgment and that doeth righteousness at all times.
Right. Blessed are they that keep good and do righteousness at all times. And keep judgment means, and do righteous all the time means to do what pleases the Lord. Because Yahweh Shai has a certain expectation of us. And we are the only nation on the face of the earth who the Lord expects to live righteously and to do righteousness, even in amongst the wicked empire, wicked society. So despite what this world say, despite how the people of this world look at you, the Lord said you will be blessed, are blessed, and you will be blessed forevermore if you keep judging. You know?
Remember me, O Lord, with the favor that thou bearest unto thy people. O visit me with thy salvation, that I may see the good of thy chosen, that I may rejoice in the gladness of thy nation, that I may glory with thine inheritance.
Right.
We have sinned with our fathers. We have committed iniquity. We have done wickedly.
Right.
We did it. Like our ancestors, we have sinned. We have done wrong. We have acted wickedly.
And it's plain, basically taking accountability for our actions. Because a part of what we're doing, waking up and coming out and teaching the word and taking the accountability that we went off. In order to get to the point that we at now, as far as, what they call the great awakening, we have to take accountability for our actions. We went off in the past, and all our past actions is a result. The result that you see today, and what has happened in history is it goes back to what we did in the past. So we went off, and ultimately Yahweh Shai warned us what was going to happen if we went off, and he brought exactly what was going to happen. And now he also had a promise of mercy and restored us back to that point that we was, and we really gonna be greater than what we was. So this is the point that we at now. We in the restoration period, but we taking accountability that we went off. Because you think about a lot of our people now, they don't take up accountability that what the lives that they're living is against the demands of Yahweh Shai. And if they don't recognize that that's gonna ultimately lead to their death and destruction.
I got a quick for you about Shah. This is Romans 15:29. And as I am sure that when I come unto you, I shall come in the fullness of the blessing of the gospel of the Shah. So basically, keeping the word of Mashiach Yahweh Shai, keeping the word of the Most High, that's how we're going to receive our blessing. The fullness, as the brother said, make us whole again. Right now we've been crippled, we've been beat, we've been torn down, we've been dragged in the mud. But the Most High is going to bring us back to that state that we once were, and that's princes of the power, and princes of the power. Now that's not the scripture that I want to go here.
Verse 7. Our fathers understood not thy wonders in Egypt. They remember not the multitude of thy mercies, but provoked him at the sea, even at the Red Sea.
Right. It's the same mindset as the sons of our people. They don't take into account or acknowledge the God that did all these wonderful acts in the past. They're not considering that the same God that did these acts, the same God that's judging your actions today. And the same power that walked the earth, 2,000 years ago, is the same power that's gonna come back and judge you for your actions that you're living right now. A lot of our people, they don't believe in Yahweh Shai no more. They don't, of course they say Jesus, but they don't believe in who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. They don't believe in the Savior no more. They don't even believe in the higher power. And it shows by their actions. They'll say that they do, but then when you start telling them to live righteously, or when you don't even have to tell them, you just examine how they live. They don't live according to the standards that are please a higher power or please the higher power that we all know.
Nevertheless, he saved them for his name's sake, that he might make his mighty power to be known.
He's not going to do that this time. He's not going to save 2/3 of our people that don't deserve to be saved because you refuse to do it. When I say deserve, because all of us are worthy of death, because we all have went up, we all have sinned. The Lord, Yahweh, Yahweh found mercy in his elect. You know, he has had mercy in his elect, you know. He found favor with his elect, you know, and they're going to be exempt from the judge. But the Lord is not going to exempt those who are not even trying, you know. The Lord sees your actions. He sees the hope of they giving that effort, putting in that work. The wicked empire. This is the worst empire that's ever been on the face of the earth, and this is the most oppression that the Israelite man, woman, and child has ever faced. You know, and despite all of that, we still trying to keep the ways of Yahweh to the best of our ability. You know, so the Lord is pleased with this. That's why they're going to be exempt.
The Red Sea also, to be dried up. It was dried up. So he led them through the depths as to the wilderness. He saved them from the hand of them that hated them, and redeemed them from the hand of the enemy.
Right. See, that was mercy shown to the whole nation of Israel. This time it's only going to be shown to the elect, 1/3, and scattered elect around the four corners of the earth, mainly over here in America. You know, it's going to be a great deliverance, but it's going to be more destroyed than be delivered. You know, because the Lord is not, he's not, we already seen the result. And now we had that same mindset, you know, because you think about like in Israel was pleading for our people. He was pleading for the 2/3 of our people. You know, he was pleading for the whole nation. But the Lord was like, he's not going to have mercy on them. You know, but nevertheless, they are Israelites. So they still will ultimately be in the kingdom. Because they will not be saved. And that's righteous judgment. Because when you think about it, you have the elect that's trying, that like you said, they're doing exactly, they're doing it to the best of their ability, but Yahweh shall require. It wouldn't be fair if the 2/3 of our people that's not giving it, that's not even trying to hear anything, they still receive the same salvation that the elect have. And even in the kingdom, they receive the same reward. It's going to be on a whole different scale. Nevertheless, they will make it to the kingdom. They will be in the kingdom, and they still will have a reward because of who they are.
And the waters covered their enemies. There was not one of them left. Then believed they his words. They sang his praise. They soon forget his works. They waited not for his counsel, but lusted exceedingly in the wilderness and tempted the Most High in the desert. He gave them their request, but sent leanness into their soul. They envied Moses also in the camp, and Aaron the saint of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Right, and our people do this today. You think about a tornado or a hurricane. The first thing it's coming through right in that area. The first thing they want to do is, cling on to the faith that the Lord is going to protect them. The Lord is going to be their guide. He's going to make sure they safe. But then after the storm has passed, and a couple of weeks later, they back to doing whatever it was they were doing. But during the midst of it, they probably thinking about all the times that they done did wrong and want the Lord, to forgive them because, their life is in danger. It's just like when the time of the Egyptians, our people, they knew their lives was in danger. And they wanted the Lord to have mercy on them, to save them and deliver them. Like the scripture said, they quickly went off. That's the mindset of our people. When life is in danger, that's when you want to cling on to the Lord. But then when everything is fine, everything is good, you back to living your normal life. That's not the mindset of the elect, the hopeful elect. They cling to the Lord regardless. And it's not to say that they perfect, they live a perfect life, but they understand that their consciousness let them know that even with the world seem as small or see it as small, we see it as big things, because you don't really want to mess with the relationship you building with your house shot.
This is Proverbs 1, verse 25. I'm gonna read it in the NLT. It said, "You ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered." So, verse 21. All right, this is Proverbs 1, verse 20. Verse 20. Wisdom shout in the well, I'm reading that part in the NLT. Wisdom cried out. She uttered her voice in the street. She cried. She cried in the chief places of concourse.
That's right here on the street corner. Because this is where the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord is. And it's always been that way. The Lord always did the prophets to teach the word, to deliver the message that the Lord wanted the people to hear. And the Lord knows He doesn't change. He doesn't change His message. And you had temples and synagogues back during the time our Lord and Savior was walking the earth, but the truth wasn't there. You know, just like now, you had a truth out here on the street corner. You had men that the Lord rose up to teach this word, and they have a better understanding of the scriptures than those that put in those positions.
Verse 21. She cried in the chief places of concord, in the openings of the gates. In the city, she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Right. How long? This basically our message every time we come out. How long will our people be simple-minded? You know, loving simplicity, loving this world and the things that this world has to offer. Because this world is passing away. The ideas and the mindsets of this world is passing away. You know, just look at like even Jimmy Butler. You know, look at Jimmy Butler and what he done. You know, he's selling out, which we already know he done sold out. But you going even further and further into the Esau's agenda, and we at the end of the world. You know, we at the end of his empire. This man's America is literally going to be destroyed. What more is it that you want from his life? You know, but our people, they had it simple-minded. It be simple. You know, they want to be something in this world, so you have to do whatever it is that Esau Edom wants you to do, whatever freak type stuff it is, in order to stay relevant. You know, but this world it wasn't even created for us to begin with, and that's another example. Because how is it that you know he went to the press interview, and first thing he said was yeah, laugh it up now, you know. And then he said, you know, somebody asked about his hair. He said he emo now. Like, come on, man. You know, but the scriptures talk about that. So how long would it, you know, it's all the push and the agenda. And you're gonna have other guys, you're gonna have people you have our people justifying it. But they are simple. And fools hate knowledge. Because when we come out, we make videos and we speak about it. You know, I read the comments. You know, I read some of the comments. People said they like emo Jimmy Butler. You know, they like this new look for him. They like what he got going on. And it's the people of this world. You know, it could have been Jake, could have been Esau, but it's people of the world.
All right, I'm going to switch over to the NLT. This is verse 23, Proverbs 1. Come and listen to my counsel. I shared my heart with you and make you wise. I called you so often, but you would not come. I reached out to you, but you paid no attention. You ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered. So I will laugh when you are in trouble. I will mock you when disaster overtakes you. All right, in the KJV, verse 23 said, turn you at my reproach. Reproof, Salaki. Behold, I will pour out my spirit upon you, unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
They turn ye at his reproof, meaning his correction. You know, we all had a point in our lives where the Lord had to correct us, and he had to get us back on that right path. You know, get us on the right path. That's where it starts with the temptation. If you're going to serve the Lord, you prepare your soul for temptation. Because we had a building process. We had to get to it. In order to get to where we are now, both spiritually and physically, it's a lot of things we had to go through. And that's the proof for the Lord. You know, the only way to get built up and to really get prepared, and for us as men, for us to get, you know, spiritually stronger, you know, mentally stronger, we had to go through things. That's the only way, you know. But it was the proof for the Lord. And he made it's all for your house, shop. You know, so now during the time it wasn't good. But now that we overcame it and we understand why we went through it and we built up, we appreciate it. You know, we count it all joy. It's like it's like what they call it, war scars. Right, it's like a war wound. You know, it's a wound, but you understand why you got it. You know, it's not even like something that you ashamed of because it built you to the person that you are now.
All right, verse 23 said, turn you in my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
Right, so this is the mentality of a lot of our people. They disregard the words and the reproofs of the Lord. A lot of our people don't want to go through the afflictions and the temptations and the oppression that come with being built up into an Israelite man or an Israelite woman. They'll rather stay in this world where it's comfortable. But the comforts of the world is going to be taken away. And when that will be taken away, our people, they're not going to have anything to fall back on. They're not going to have anything to really keep them going, Like Yahweh said, ye are rich. I know thy works and thy tribulation, Revelation chapter 2. I know thy works and thy tribulation and thy poverty, but thou art rich. He's only speaking to the elect of the nation of Israel. And
you gotta be patient. Like he was saying, like he read, we gonna bleed for a minute, but as time go on, you know what I'm saying? It's like they lose patience. Right? Scripture said, woe to you, them who have lost patience. That's why the scripture said, he that endure to the end, same shall be saved. So you gotta endure this thing all the way to the end. This was just going into the
right. He was verse 4.
All right, verse 23, it said, turn you in my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
Right, see, he said he's going to pour out his spirit unto us. He's going to make known his words unto us. And like I was quoting, it said, the Lord, Revelation, our poverty, our tribulation, and our work, but thou art rich. I got to quote because a part of, like I said, it's going through this, that reproof is going through the things of this world, the tribulations and the situations that build you up into where you are now. It says, the quote, it says, you're not rich until you realize you have something money can't buy. And like you said, turn you in my reproof, and I will make my words known to you. So the only way to get to the truth and to understand it, first and foremost, you got to be chosen. And secondly, you have to be built up too. And that's something that money cannot buy. It's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this word. You got people with thousands, hundreds, millions, billions of dollars, and they can't understand this Bible. They can't pay nobody to teach them the true understanding of the Bible. So we are truly rich. We truly have the most valuable thing on this planet, and it came by way of turning at the pursuit of the Lord.
This is Proverbs 3:11, read down to 15. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. Let's read that in NLT. My child, don't reject the Lord's discipline. And don't be upset when he corrects you.
Right? Because the truth is why. The natural reaction is to be upset because the situation don't seem like it's some type of correction. It just seems like something happened to you. But that's why people say don't think it's strange when something come upon you, when a fiery trial come upon you. Because that's the Lord dealing with you.
Verse 12, for the Lord, Yahweh shall correct those he loves, just as a father corrects a child whom he delights.
Right. So the correction is it's part of building you up, and each brother is going to be built up in a certain area, but really the area is where you're most weak and sick. The Lord builds up your weak spot and it makes you strong because you have to be built up as leaders. And in order to be a leader, you have to go through things. Because you have to have experience in certain situations. Because there's a lot of people in this world that they come, they're not capable of meeting the demands of the Lord. And we were once those people, but we are being built up.
Joyful is the person who finds wisdom, the one who gains understanding into the point. Wisdom is more profitable than silver. And her wages are better than gold. Wisdom is more precious than riches. Nothing you desire can compare with her.
Right, nothing you desire can compare with her. And like I said, there's nothing in this world more valuable than the real knowledge and understanding of the truth. That's what your power really is. That's what your power lies in. Money is an defense, and wisdom is an defense. But money can only take you so far. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, how we shine. With the Most High, nothing is impossible. Like how I said, with man, it's impossible. With the Most High, nothing is impossible. That only comes by way of wisdom. We literally come out here and talk about spiritual powers, which is in the scripture. That only comes by wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High, the Holy Spirit. And that's how wisdom comes, being the Holy Spirit. We talk about things that this world can only dream of having. They can only put on TV and show you, and use visual effects, CGI, green screen, to show you, but they can't physically manifest it in the flesh. But the Lord is going to make that possible,
Offers you long life in her right hand and riches and honor in her left hand.
Right, that's what the Lord gave Solomon, but he's going to give it to Yahushua and the nation of Israel on the whole other level. With living eternity, never dying, never getting new body. And then it said riches and honor. That's coming to the elect, which the whole nation of Israel will have riches and honor, but the elect will be on a whole other level. They're gonna be higher than what King Solomon was.
Mr. Lamb back on the brothers, going back to it said, turn Proverbs 1 and 22, it says, turn you at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. So the Most High is pouring out his mind. He's pouring out the knowledge, he's giving us that are things like the brother said earlier that we can't comprehend. So that's where the whole change came about. It's a mind thing. It's changing your mind, renewing of your mind, to conform your mind to the ways of the Most High, and not the ways of this world. And when you do that and accept his ways over the ways of this world, and mainly your own desires, he begins to give you more. He begins to send Yahushua to sup with you, to give you more understanding, more meat, that you can understand his overall plan, his overall picture. And that's what we're trying to achieve. And he gives brothers different bits of that mindset that he has. And together collectively, we speak strongly about his plan, but nobody really knows the final how he's gonna carry out his plan, but we know the end process of his plan.
Detail for detail, exactly. We understand the plan of the whole. Verse 17. Proverbs 3 and 17. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. Verse 18 in the NLT, it says, wisdom is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Happy are those who hold her tightly.
Right. This is wisdom is the tree of life to those who embrace her and those who hold her light, which is the elect, light, which is the elect. Because, like I said, Baruch chapter 4, this is the book of the commandments of life. All that keep us to come to life, such as leave us shall die. You have a bright future if you follow after the ways and the commandments of Yahushua. And the Lord tells us that time after time, age after age, incarnation after incarnation. It's the same message, the same thing. You want life, you have to follow after his words, follow after his follow after Yahweh Shai's leadership. You know, Yahweh Shai came down and paved the way for it, and allowed us a way back to the Father, but through him. And it's through his footsteps, through his leadership that we have to follow in order to get there. Now we know the reward of Yahweh Shai. We can't fully comprehend the magnitude of what he's going to get. We won't comprehend it until he comes back and we see him as he is in his glory. And then we'll be glorified. The elect will be glorified as well. But we know his reward. We know the reward that's coming to those that follow after that footstep.
Wisdom is a tree of Proverbs 3 and 18 in the NLT. Wisdom is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Happy are those who hold her tightly.
We didn't take that deep.
Proverbs 3 and 18. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her. Happy is everyone that retaineth her.
Or maybe it's because above when you read something about peace.
Proverbs 3 and 17. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace.
Salaki just lamb backing on that. When you begin to come into obtain wisdom, the Most High begins to, in other words, take some of the burden off of you. And even when you go through trials and tribulations, you have a peace of mind about the things that you're going through. And you know, maybe you don't understand, another brother can break it down, but well, brother, this is what I see that you're going through. But in all, you have a peace about the tribulations that you're going through. And then you have a peace about the things that you see in life. You know that the Most High is setting things up for the final end. And the final end is that we go home. And that's what we know, all these things have to come before we can do that. So it brings a peace about you, that you understand the Most High as he work his work.
She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her. Happy is everyone that retaineth her. The Lord Yahweh by wisdom has founded the earth. By understanding he established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths are broken up and the clouds drop down in blue. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul, and grace unto thy neck. Then shall thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble.
Right? Because wisdom is going to teach you how to walk in this world, because you're going to start to make wise decisions. You can start to take better care of yourself, because wisdom is universal. It teaches you all aspects of life. Like I said, you're going to make wiser decisions. You're going to be a better judge. You're going to learn how to deal with matters spiritually as a spiritual man, or woman. But you're going to learn how to deal with situations, conflict, all types of conflict, whether it be grief, whether it be anger. You're not going to allow this world to get you out of character. Because all the wisdom that, that's given to us, in Psalms and Proverbs, the rock wisdom of Solomon, it tells you about the different situations that can arise. But it also teaches you how to deal. He also tells you how to deal with it. The best way or the best outcome. The way to achieve the best outcome. He tells you things to avoid. Like I said, with your diet, it teaches you how to take care of yourself. So this wisdom is universal, but it also tells you, the main goal, which is to please Yahweh and Yahweh. We want the blessings, we want the promises.
Verse 24. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet.
All right, and then on top of that, I forgot to add, it helps you develop a healthy relationship with Yahweh Shai. Because a lot of our people they're not developing a healthy relationship with the Lord. The Lord he don't want anything to do with them, But this wisdom is guiding you on the demands and his rules, what he expects of us. And when his expectations are met, like when you have a relationship, you set boundaries, and when when people are within those boundaries, y'all relationship will flourish. But when those boundaries are, you go outside those boundaries, now you got problems. And that's the relationship with a lot of our people in the Lord. They way outside his boundaries, so they gonna have problems. But those problems will result in them being destroyed. We have problems in our life, but we within those boundaries, so the Lord is helping us through.
Verse 24 in the NLT. You can go to bed without fear. You will lie down and sleep soundly.
Right? And we don't worry about, now we're not we're wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. We're not fools. We are careful in this world how we walk, and we're vigilant because we know the times we're living in. We're not going to bed worried about if something's gonna happen to us, or we're not going to bed with all types of thoughts of harm coming our way. We know that the Lord is gonna protect us. He got his holy angels around us. We know that we don't even have to physically see them. We know the chariots are in the sky. We know the angels are watching, looking down, protecting us. The Lord got his angels right here, right around us right now. Watching. We are a spectacle unto the world, and the scriptures say even to angels. So they're watching. And we're not, when we go home, when we go back, even to drive home, we pray about it. But we pray we get home, we tell the Lord, thank you for allowing us, make it here. Thank you for the food. When we go to bed, we're not worried about, what's going to happen overnight.
Right. And what this also going into, see, you doing your best to please on the Heavenly Father, you have by Shema Hamashai to the best of your ability. And you know you are. You ain't caught up into all type of wickedness. It gives you a peaceful. You get peaceful sleep. You get, like I said, your sweetest sleep. Your sleep is sweet unto you, man. Because see, when you out here doing all type of wickedness, and you just living in the moment, but then when it's time to go home and get that rest, and you ain't getting that rest like you're supposed to. Why? Because you start to think about all the wickedness you've been doing through the day. That's what you start to think about, and that'll take that. Hey, that take that rest from you. But when you walking in the wheels of your high by Shema Hamashai, abide by His commandments to the best of your ability. That brings that inner peace. That brings that inner peace to where you sleep. You have that good sound sleep. Verse 25. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. Read that in the NLT. You need not be afraid of sudden disaster or the destruction that comes upon the wicked. For the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh is your security. He will keep your foot from being caught in a trap.
Right? When everybody panicking about what's going on, like I said, even with something like a hurricane or a tornado coming to your area, severe weather, flooding, or whatever the case may be, whatever type of judgment the Lord allows to happen, you know, we don't have those same thoughts that the rest of the people have, or those same worries and concerns if our life is in danger, because we know that Yahweh protect us is with us at all times. So we're not concerned, we're not thinking my life is in danger during this time, you know.
Well, and just even if you do, because we ain't Superman, the flesh can kick in. You can't. But we know how to handle it. If that fear kick in, we know we're gonna pray. We're gonna stand on faith. Because fear can come, just like it came on Yahweh Shai, it came on the disciple. But he still prayed, and he was strengthened to, to go through what he had to go through. So we're not acting like when stuff happens, we don't have no fear. Nah. Just the righteous gonna scarcely be saved. So of course. But we like the Lord said, He gonna keep us, during that time. When the tribulation comes, he gonna be our strength. That's why the scripture said, your man basically, I'm gonna get it.
I want to bring out a point today about these. If you're out in the street wilding out,
You ain't just gotta be in the street, just here.
Yeah, Why now you go home and you know your sleep can be taken away from you because of the things that you have done out in the street and the things you have done. But this is Psalm 91 and 9. It said, because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Shai, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come near thy dwelling. So that believing on these scriptures and having the faith in the Most High and in Yahweh Shai, whom we have not seen with our own earthly eyes, physically, we have that faith to believe on these words and believe in Him that He will give us that protection when we go to sleep. That's why we can sleep sound. When we're out here on the street corner, that we feel protected. Or when we just doing our everyday normal problems, that He's our protection, He's our refuge. We have made Him our habitation, our dwelling place. So we pray that He continue to keep that hedge around us, that we continue to be protected from this evil towns that goes around us.
This is Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Like I said,
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
like the word, it said the word in His patience. We kept the word that Yahweh is saying patience. Going through suffering of this world, enduring to the end, till that time comes. He said He will also keep us in the hour of temptation, which comes upon the whole world. When that time, when the MOT to the B is implemented, when Jacob's trouble is going about it, is steadily ramping up, during the time of trouble on the earth, Lord said He's gonna keep us, He's gonna keep us in our right state of mind, These scriptures gonna continue to we're gonna think back on these scriptures.
The Greek word for keep right there is tereo, which means to attend to carefully, to take care of, to guard, metaphorically. So this is what it means by He should keep them. He gonna tend to the elect carefully. He gonna take care of them. He gonna guard them to keep one in the state in which he is.
Keep one in the state in which He is. Keep us in our right mind. It says guard. Think about it. It could be both spiritual and physical. To guard our mind and to guard us physically. The Yahweh Shai is really gonna be our protection. Like the scripture say, it's gonna be known in that time who are His chosen. And it's gonna be shown who are His chosen. The Lord is literally gonna be here protecting us,
To reserve, to undergo something.
to observe and to undergo.
All right, so he gonna reserve you to undergo, to go through whatever you have to go through. Keep this in the strong zone. It said to watch, to guard from loss or injury properly by keeping an eye on and thus differing from.
Right? It says also it, I get caught up with what we see around us and let that take our faith. To make us fall out or allowing some harm to come upon us to where it's about to die during these evil times.
Then it says, which is properly to prevent escaping and from, then it says, which implies a fortress of full military lines of apparatus.
Right.
So right, man. The Lord will have us on guard, man.
And it said to prevent from escaping.
Which is properly to prevent escaping.
Right. So we're not gonna run out of the boundaries of Yahweh outside. It's protected. We're not when it's, just used in the proper context, we're not gonna be able to. The Lord is not gonna allow us to go back and fall off his elect. So not to be protected by that time.
A lot of people drop dead. That's a fake check right there for a lot of people. You walking out, people dead. Just using it as an example.
Right, but that's gonna happen. The Lord said, "1,000 at your right hand and 10,000 at your left." Right, you paraphrase. Right, she's on the front. This is the word cheating right there, so it don't mean we're not gonna go through the trial and tribulation. Like I said, you're gonna have full protection, like the forces of military apparatus. I'm gonna read it again. In the NLT, Revelation 3 and 10. Because you have obeyed my command to preserve, to persevere. I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world.
And he said, I'm gonna bring this judgment on the earth, but I'm gonna make sure that you make it through. That's what Yahweh saying.
Oh, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Right. So this time is coming soon. It's coming quickly. And it says it's coming quickly. During the time of Yahweh was already the last day. Now we living in a time where we actually can see it play out. Because we had incarnation after incarnation before we get to where we get now. We live in a time where it's gonna actually play out. Hold it fast. Out there, man, that's right. We endure it to the end, like the brother had said earlier. We gotta endure it to the end, and the same should be saved. They say that no man takes that crown, the same crown that Israel saw the Lord put on the heads of the elect, 144,000. So we endure it to the end, and the same one that endured to the end will be saved. Endurance is over.
Wait, you that overcoming will make a pillar in the temple of my power. How about you?
Right, you know, you're gonna be holding up the house of you're gonna be an important piece. So basically, meaning you're gonna be a part of the Lord's government. Because the government is one of the most important parts of any nation. Because that's like the head. That's where, right? It's important to foundation.
He should go no more out. I will write upon him the name of my power behind my side, and the name of the city of my power, which is coming down out of heaven from my side. I will write upon him my name. Let's talk about that. The name is not important. We come and fill us now with every name there. We already because we are refreshed. What happened? What happened? His word. Isaiah 50. Put on that put on that Not go out. Here we go. This is Isaiah 52:1. It says, awake, put on thy strength, Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. Henceforth, there shall no more come into thee, the uncircumcised and the unclean.
Put on thy strength. The word is our strength. You know, we come back into where our power truly lies. That we can understanding of the heavenly Father. It said, put on thy beautiful garment. You know, they comes with a certain behavior, that's a certain mindset first, and then it comes with certain behavior and certain characteristics. You know, a certain culture. And so that's a part of putting on that beautiful garment. And no more should the uncircumcised and the wicked.
No more should no more come into thee, the uncircumcised and the unclean.
Right, the uncircumcised and the unclean, so the influence of the nation will no longer take hold of it. Like how we said, to make it free. Now we've been free from the cultures of the other nations and their philosophy, doctrines, and knowledge that they have. Now we're coming back to our own strength. Because this is what ultimately powers the other nations. These are the gods and the other customs that come with them. Therefore, that's what empowers them. But what empowers us is Yahweh Yahushua and His will and knowledge and understanding.
Isaiah 52:1. He said, wake up, O Zion, clothe yourself in strength, put on your beautiful clothes, O holy city of Jerusalem. The unclean and godless people will enter your gates no longer.
Unclean and godly people will enter your gates no more. And our gate rules are gate leadership. You know, meaning they can manipulate and try to control true leadership in Yahweh Yahushua. But you start with our elders and apostles on down. They're not selling out to Esau. You know, we ain't selling out to Esau. We ain't up with his demands. We don't care about anything that he offers us or what he wants to do. What he gonna do to us. We gonna stay true to Yahushua, no matter what.
Verse 2 in the NLT, rise from the dust, O Jerusalem, sit in a place of honor, remove the chains of slavery from your neck, O captive daughter of Zion.
Right. The first thing he did was rise from the dust, meaning we move out of the low position. Like you said, like you read in Proverbs 1, the simple ones love simplicity. In the corners, the light in the corners is moving out. So that's a part of that dust, you know, having a low vibration, low mental capacity. Those are people beyond fearless, you know, and not spiritual is what I'm trying to say. You know, that's a low position because we're the most spiritual people on the earth. We're the most intelligent, you know, we're the best in everything, we're the salt of the earth. But we're in our lowest position. We're in our lowest we have never been, and our people are ultimately under the vibration of the so-called white man. That's a dust position because that was given unto him. Like back in the Lord, always making the choice that not better to not do it. And thou shalt eat dust. You know, we'll make dust the Lord gave certain. That's Esau Edom. That's his judgment. We gotta rise out of his vibration.
This is verse 3. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai. You have sold yourselves for naught, and you shall be redeemed without money.
Right, so we have been given into the hands of Esau Edom, you know, and where it said we're gonna be redeemed without money, meaning the Lord is not gonna come back and reason or ransom with Esau. You know, he's gonna come back and take us back by force because we belong to the Lord anyway.
Reparations is not making all good for us. Okay?
Reparations not gonna come how you think it's gonna come. They will have to pay back. They will have to pay us back what they have done to us. But it's not gonna come in the way of money or currency. come by the way of slavery and labor. Because that's really what we gave to Esau. We gave him labor, built up his kingdom, and we were slaves unto him. So you can't pay people off that. That's not just, you know. So the real reparation is gonna be him being taken into captivity the same way we was by violence, and him paying us back by building up our kingdom. So, right, getting paid back double. You gotta build up our kingdom. He's gonna be at the lowest position just like we was at the low. That's the reparation. But our people, they want a money payoff. That's why they not getting. Lord already said it's not gonna come that way.
Sister brother went to Isaiah 52:1. I'm gonna give the Luke 5:1. It said, "Put off, O Jerusalem, the garment of mourning and affliction, and put on the comeliness of glory that cometh from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua forever."
Right, see, the morning, the garments of mourning, man, is everything America taught us, man. This the garments of mourning, man. Because at the end of the day, you can be legit, and you get your money so high up, man. You say the wrong thing, these crackers will come take you down, man. They'll come up with a scandal, man. So everything America is about the garments of mourning, man. No matter what. No matter what, a lot of our people get high up and they think they made it, man. Well, you made it to. You ain't made it nowhere, man. You still right here going through the same afflictions. You know what I'm saying? The same thing. And then all the people get all that money. You talking about, man, shit, more problems up here than when I was regular. You know, so it's the morning. All this is the garments of mourning. Once we ruling in righteousness, that's the conceit. See, these wheels right here, this word is the commonness, man. This what give you that peace. This what make you don't worry about nothing, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 2 said, "Cast about thee a double garment of righteousness, which cometh from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and set a diadem on the head of the glory of the everlasting."
Right, see that double garment of righteousness go into your act. How are we conducting ourselves, and is it in the respect of Yahweh Shai? Like I said, we got a culture, and a part of that culture come with a mindset, and it come with a way of life. And so the only way to cast about the double garment is to return back to what we once, our heritage, what we once left. Because our people, they want to cling on to something. They want to cling on to black culture, or they want to cling on to the Mexican, Latino, whatever our people, Northern Kingdom got their own culture, but they don't. Our people, they gotta realize that we got our own culture from the East. That's where we truly gotta clean back onto. That's casting a double garment about it. We got ways, we got dietary laws that we gotta live up to, that we gotta follow out, because that's the best. That's the only way for us to live on this earth. Everything else is death. And we done tried everything else, And again, incarnation after incarnation, trying all these different avenues, and every time it leads to death. So where we at right now?
In captivity on these other nations.
It's basically like we doing everything, that King Solomon did. King Solomon, he gained that wisdom on the right and left hand side, and he came to the conclusion of the whole matter. So keep follow Yahweh, fear the Lord and keep the commandments. It's like incarnation after incarnation. We done dabbled into all these other things, and now we came to that same conclusion. The best way to do it is to follow after the Lord. But that's our culture. That's what we were created to do, and that's what works best for us.
It's been the mindset of our people throughout time. Because you look at Jeremiah, before they went into the Babylonian captivity, Jeremiah was keeping the words of the Most High. But all the other people were going off. Not only Jeremiah, but you look at the three brothers, Hishak, and Abednego. Yeah, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. They kept the word of the Most High. Look at Daniel. Daniel kept the word of the Most High. even when he was told not to pray to the Most High. But our people around him were going off. So even during the time when Yahushua came, our people were going off. He came and, to the elect then, which is, the 12, and then the other disciples, for them to go out and be a light unto the world, to show the world how we're supposed to, carry on and live. So, this has been going on throughout the whole process. But now we at that end, and the Most High is, He's got His remnant, that the 144 in the elect, that He's gonna bring through this, and the rest, He's gonna put to death, because by blood was shed, which was Yahushua blood, not to mention all the other martyrs that died in the name of Yahweh, but blood has to be required. So this is where we are, and we're at that end time. I got 2 more to go. Back in Baruch 5, it said, "For Yahweh Shem Yahushua will show thy brightness unto every country under heaven. For thy name shall be called of Yahweh Shem Yahushua forever. The peace of righteousness and the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushua worship."
Right, but we're gonna be honored in every nation. We're gonna be honored all around the 4 corners of the earth. And it's gonna start with that 144,000. They elect. They the ones that stand still for the Lord. Despite all the opposition that's coming with doing so. Their honor is gonna be in a whole other magnitude. Greater than any other name on the face of the earth besides Yahweh Shai.
All right, back in Proverbs 1, verse we'll read verse 24. Again, it says, "Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh."
Right. So the Lord said, our people they were willing to turn back to Him and walk in the way, walk in that straight and narrow path that He took in order to rekindle, or lack of better word, reignite their relationship. Basically bring them back to the Lord. Because our people, we all have to be worthy of being saved. We have to live up to the standards of the Lord for Him to consider us worthy to be saved. So a lot of our people, they don't want to go through the reproof. They don't want to take that hard gate, that hard road, being looked at and ostracized, criticized, ridiculed. They rather live in this world and have a particular image about themselves rather than look like fools for Yahweh sake. Because Yahweh came down and to the world, He looked like a fool. He looked like a fool for the sake of for the nation of Israel. So we have to walk through that same gate. That's a part of that. Like I said, a lot of people don't want to do so.
All right, verse 27 says, "And your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when your distress and anguish cometh upon you. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me."
Right. So when the time of judgment comes, that's when our people want to turn back to the Lord. That's when they remember that they got a God that's when they remember it's a higher power. But then if it's too late. The Lord, He's not just like He's not the one to be played. The Lord is not gonna just, oh well, you called on me now, I go ahead and deliver. What they already got. The Lord has given them the people trying to deliver them, even though they didn't deserve it. And what happens right after the Lord destroyed, it'd have been the same process. Since the Lord took the whole nation of Israel out of America this time, out of Egypt this time. It'd be the same process. They take it to the land, and the Lord destroys it again. And He's not going to do it this time. He's going to leave them over there and they're going to be destroyed. Right along with the rest of right along with the
said, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
That's why, because you hate knowledge. Because the fear of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. You know, we just really don't fear the Lord. These people that supervise us and understand you don't fear the Lord. This is the thing. Like you just not to fear the Lord. The fear of knowledge makes you feel you have nothing.
They were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof.
So all these believers, the Lord got these men out here. So a lot of people with no right and wrong. Don't remove it, correct it. We correct it. And we understand it's only those people who don't receive the correction. Those who learn and those who don't their knowledge or food. A lot of people not going to receive correction.
Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way.
All right, so whatever you follow through, that's going to become victims to. And you know, they go do the fruit of your own way. That's just who they eat. They know the fruit of her own way, so they know the fruit of the way of the person. And if you had to be just paying for it ever since.
And be filled with their own device.
Right.
Read that in the NLT. It says, therefore they must eat the bitter fruit of the living their own way.
It's a way that seems right to a man, but the way that path is leading to death. Just because you think you right, that don't mean you right.
It says, therefore they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way, choking on their own schemes.
There you go.
Back in the KJV, it said, for turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them.
Right. Because this is not going to profit in the day of well. It showed you that when the pandemic came, man. It wasn't about what you had. The money ain't make people feel safe. You know what I'm saying? The money ain't get them peace. You go buy for all the tissue and the masks and the sanitizer. And your ass still sick. You know what I'm saying? You know, the only thing that gives you that peace was your faith, man.
I'll read that in the NLT. It said, for simpletons turn away from me. To death, fools are destroyed by their own complacency.
What? Destroyed by your own places.
Back in the KJV,
I see a lot of people rather not deal with it, but it's still gonna happen. You invest into the faces, man. Invest into the faces, man. You gotta face yourself, man. You gotta conquer, you gotta conquer this, you gotta master yourself. You gotta let this word show you. See, all this word is a mirror, put a mirror to your face and be like, dang, I gotta change, I gotta get this why I gotta do this why I don't like it. That's all this word is. That's what that light do though. You know what I'm saying? Right. The light it's gonna expose stuff, but it's supposed to so you can correct yourself. Some people run from the light, some people take faith. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can be used for bad for us. It can be too bright for people. What's that?
verse 33, KJV said, but whosoever heareth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from the fear of evil. KJV said, but all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm.
Right. So they like they train about the pandemic. All the stipulations they had, you come in, you gotta do this and take this and take that. That ain't to no fear, no. We really had that faith in the Lord, like whatever. You gonna stand on that faith. Don't do 1,000, no, he's gonna break the tree. He'll do 1,000, drop it out, right? You know, brothers get sick, brothers lost family members. We still gotta stand strong. We still gotta walk that line. We gotta hold our faith, all right?
All right, this is Second Ezra 9:1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligent in itself, and when thou seest parts of the sign pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world with his name.
Right, so if they measure out the time diligently within itself, and how do we measure the time? It's by prophecy. Prophecy tells us what's going to happen, what's going on, or the time era that we're living in. You know, so we measure the time to be a prophecy, and we see the signs that the end is coming. You know, because a couple of chapters before, it said Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of a good fall. Now we seeing those signs be the prophecy. That's how we measure the signs.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in their world, we're seeing that happen now. You know, they censoring us from being able to see it on the other side of the world. But I mean, all chaos is going on in places, you know, like France, Italy, and a lot of these other countries, and people are just in all kind of uproars. Not to mention earthquakes happening in many different places that are not known to, you know, have ever had an earthquake before. So they're happening in those diverse places. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Right, so it was already prophesied to happen. So, when you see these things start to happen, just know that this is already prophesied to happen before it plays out on earth. You know, it's supposed to happen.
Like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and end, and the end is manifest. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wondering and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs.
Right, so going into Lord already told us these things are gonna happen: earthquakes, different places, wars and rumors of wars, iniquity, because iniquity abounds, the love of many shall wax cold, violence increasing, Jacob trouble. All these things are supposed to happen. This is how you know that this is the end of an empire, the end of an age. You know, well, this is how you know that it's gonna be the end of this age, the end of this empire. You know, it says it's gonna be effects and signs, which is going into prophecies.
And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land, and wherein my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Right? So the elect will be saved. So they've been sanctified from the beginning. They're gonna see the salvation they have by Shah, meaning they gonna see, you know, and we know there's gonna be some orders for Yahweh Shah. But ultimately those that's here, they're gonna see the chariots come back, they're gonna see the Lord actually, they're gonna see the power of Yahweh Shah physically. You know, seeing the angels come back, seeing brothers getting beaten up, them getting beaten up themselves, brothers and sisters, children, you know, like I said, seeing the thermonuclear missiles, the third world war, you know, it's gonna be something that the world has never seen. Chariots shoot beams, you know. So, like I said, it's gonna be a time like that before, but the elect gonna see that and they're gonna be saved.
Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
Right. So this is gonna be the judgment for the rest of our people that wasn't taking this thing seriously. You know, even if you know the the judgment of the Lord can come quick. You know, you might have somebody that's listening. You know, they had it. That's the Lord bringing the word to them. You know, even if it's just for one time, they click on the video, whatever the case may be. You had your opportunity. You know, and a lot of people, they don't take this thing seriously. So the judgment of the Lord is gonna come on. You know, whether it be before Jacob's trouble, during Jacob's trouble, or the thermonuclear missiles.
I got a precept on Revelation 3:11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Right.
The Lord is coming quick. Come quick.
For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known.
Right. So they receive the benefits of this world and living the lifestyle, and living the lifestyle that they live. The benefits came from the world, you know, because we don't. A lot of brothers and sisters don't get the same type of leverage that the people of this world get by living the lifestyle that the people of this world live versus living the lifestyle that we live. You know, so they're receiving the benefits of this world, but they don't know the Lord. And in the times to come, you know, we're gonna receive the benefits of knowing the Lord, whereas the benefits of the world is gonna be obsolete.
Verse 11 it says, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised.
I want to find some more of the benefits of the world, like benefits of the world, like having a name for yourself, you know, having money, selling out, doing all types of things, like we mentioned Jimmy Butler earlier, you know, selling out, doing, pushing the agenda of the elite, you know, or just living a certain lifestyle in this world that's not conducive to life, you know. You receive the benefits of this world, but you don't know where your house shot.
Oh! And they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when they yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised. The same must know it after death by faith. So, and they yet, it's like, they that have loathed my law while they yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised. The same must know it after death by faith.
Right, so you had the opportunity and chance to learn or to do right. You know, 'cause a lot of our people, they hear this word and they know what's going on. You know, they know this truth, but they still choose not to do it. They choose not to follow it. So it said the same was doing us still by faith. You know, when you come to, that's how judgment works. You know, when you live your life, you go back to the spirit world. Lord, the judge you during that time, but you go back to the spirit world, Lord, give you a judgment, you come out and live your judgment out on earth. That's what judgment takes place under the sun, which is on earth. So a lot of our people are going to be judged for refusing, listen, and turn back to as the Lord, turn back to how Son.
And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
Right? That's our mindset. We focus on righteous and how the elect will be saved, and when the elect will be saved. You know, by measuring the times of these prophets. You know, we're not concerned with concerns about people. We know the outcome of them, but we don't care about them.
Whom the world is, and for whom the world is created.
Right? The world to come, everything was created for the Israelites. You know, and this you know, this is what the Lord purpose for the elect Shah. So this is what you need to be focused on. You know, and this is our mindset. This is what we focus on. Building up the next world, you know, and we being built up ourselves. You know, we are a part of that number of the next world sleep.
First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. These are same times, man. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
Right. Because there's a thief tonight, which people are going to be unprepared spiritually, mentally, physically for it. Time of Jacob trouble and the evil that's going to come on the earth. Just people are going to be unprepared. But it said, Paul said, you don't have no need to be concerned or worried because you know that you already are watching. You know that this is coming.
Verse 3 NLT. People are saying everything is peaceful and secure. Then disaster will fall upon them as suddenly as a pregnant woman's labor pains begin, and there will be no escape.
Like, people start getting complacent again, thinking that everything is okay, but everything is going to be okay. That's when everything is going to come down because more to our people, especially over here in America, I just say the Americans, but especially two-thirds of our people, they're not spiritually minded. So when they see disaster happen on the earth, when they hear about disaster happen, they don't align it with prophecy. That's why I say measure down the time diligently in itself. They don't do that because they're not looking at it with a spiritual eye. So even when you have like people on TikTok or different things like that, they might quote a scripture, they might bring out something that happened in another country or even something that happened over here that's a part of prophecy. Our people still don't align it that what they need to do to get themselves together.
Verse 4 in the NLT. But you are not in the dark about these things, dear brothers and sisters, and you won't be surprised when the day of the Lord comes like a thief. Right, so we ain't in the dark about all this. We see it, we see it quickly approaching. Verse 5, back in the KJV. You are the children of light. What?
I said it's possible to have connected, right?
Yeah, right. Verse 5. You are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Verse 6, KJ in the NLT. So be on your guard, not asleep like others. Stay alert and be clear-headed.
Like clear-headed, keep your mind, but keep your eyes see what's going on. Because the moment you start to get caught back up into this world and you start to, when you start to fall off, or slip away, you start to miss things, you stop growing. 'Cause we supposed to be continually growing. We supposed to be continually watching and preparing for the time to come. Because we don't know the situation that we're going to put us in. But what we want is the necessary skills and always had that wisdom, not understanding, fueling us in order to keep us going. Because, like you said, with those five foolish birds, five wise birds, the oil is what kept them going, allowed them to see, which is the wisdom not to understand. So, in order for that oil to burn, they had, they had to keep that oil. They had to make sure that oil was in there, be continue to grow. You know, because every day that the Lord had to set everything down, shut the truth down, is another day, another opportunity to grow.
And going back to the 5 words, you know, wise 5 words, they know that the Lord was going to carry, so they trim their lamp. You know, and that's where that wisdom come in and knowledge come in because they know that he was going to be a while. And I'm just speaking in a carnal way. Trimming that lamp lowered the light, so they just had enough light just to light up right in their immediate area, you know, and not blaring light lighting up, you know, way out beyond me. So they save more oil, meaning that, you know, with this wisdom and knowledge, you know, we got to have, there's times we speak, there's times we be quiet, there's times we be patient, there's times we listen, you know, and now we're being patient, you know, uh, and we're patiently waiting on the Most High now to do this work, as well as continuing to uh, to push the word out. But those 5 wise, the 5 unwise virgins, you know, they just, you know, went back out, let their life go, and you know, just used up all the oil that they had, you know, and basically they didn't continue to feed themselves or study or understand the scriptures to where they just, you know, they all faded out. They light faded out. So, you know, they had to go and try to get more light. That's like them going to the church to try to get more light. You know, and that's the same way our 2/3, yeah, to get more oil, it's light. And the same way our 2/3 of our people, you know, they going to the church, they're trying to get that light, you know, and it's not there. You know, so we gotta continue to work that the Most High put forth for us to do, and we have to, you know, like the brother been going in all night. We have to continue to read. We have to continue to listen to videos. We have to continue to feed ourselves, you know, with the scriptures, so that the Most High can continue to suffer.
Really doing like a difference of knowledge. Just knowledge of understanding. In time they can show it's gonna be evident, you know, who has it and who doesn't by the way they move.
Wisdom and knowledge don't be the stability of our time. And the scriptures ourselves.
Five wise, 5 fools. It's gonna be according to the how you move, to the decision you make, you know, and the outcomes that you get.
We showed in 2020, man, when they came with that damn book, when they came with the wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started with the pandemic. This is John chapter 3, verse 19 through 21 in the NLT. And the judgment is based on this fact. The Most High's light came into the world. People love the darkness more than the light, for their actions were evil.
Right? They love the ways of this world versus the ways of our Lord. Because they can do whatever they want to, feel how they feel. They feel like they can live a life that they want to live, which is all according to this flesh, but it's not according to the spirit. You know, it's not according to what we were created to be. Because when you go back to the spirit world, you be in your right mind, you understand all things because you're back with the Father, you're back with the Father of Spirit. And so you understand the folly that's on this earth, the folly basically on this earth under the floor of the Esau evil. So our people they love darkness better than light, and really they just following after the flesh. They're being caught, and that's the ways of this world. That's the ways of the other nations to be caught. We are spiritual minded people. That's why I said they didn't want to fall out of the light because the part of the light comes with being able to bear it. Being able to bear it comes with going through situations to build you up.
Verse 20. All who do evil hate the light and refuse to go near it, for fear their sins will be exposed.
Right? What the Lord say? My burden is light, and I forgot how it's worded. Learn to be.
My yoke is my burden is light.
Right, done. So a lot of people they don't want to go through, you know.
Maybe Matthew 27.
They don't want to go through. They don't want to go through what it takes in order to be built up to be able to bear their life. You know, because you really got to walk the walk the hour shot. It's our own little custom personalized walk. But you got to walk the walk in your hour shot.
This is John 3 and 21. But those who do what is right come to the light, so others can see that they are doing what the Most High Yahweh wants. This is what we all have. We come to the light. And I like my open book. We showing you, look, we doing this to the best of our business. We don't got nothing to hide. We got on the street corners. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody can see. And then what we gotta do, we gotta go to our day-to-day life. Everybody be like, they know, they be watching you. You know what I'm saying? They be watching you, sleep watching you, trying to see, man. There's plenty of Edomites that want to touch me. Wait, I know you. You know what I'm saying? You need this and that. Boy, Edomite. I'm at the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? You be outside my apartment every day. That was just, but but for real though, I'm gonna read this again. I'm gonna read 20 and 21 again. John 3, 20 and 21 NLT. All who do evil hate the light and refuse to go near it, for fear their sins will be exposed. But those who do what is right come to the light, so others can see that they are doing what Yahweh shall want. Man. You can't be scared to come to the light. Man. It's gonna make you look at yourself. It's gonna expose the wrong things you're doing. But we just read earlier, the Lord corrects whom He loves. So if you hear this word and it's convicting you of certain things you're doing, it's not going to correct yourself. So just correct it and watch how much peace it bring you. Watch how much joy bring you in the end. You know. Yeah.
This is Matthew 11:28. He said, "Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest."
Right? He's gonna give us rest. And rest start with we gotta understand what true rest is. That's why the Lord said, "This is not our rest. This place is not our rest. It's polluted and it's destroyed." So we try to get comfortable here and really try to make this place our home. It's gonna destroy us. It's gonna, we'll be destroyed as a nation. Y'all, we see this.
He said, "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am weak and lowly in heart."
Right? See, he meek and lowly in heart, meaning he's humble. And that's the pathway it takes in order to get to that rest. That's the characteristics it takes in order to get to that rest. You gotta be meek. And what it say in Matthew 5, it said the meek shall inherit the earth. Blessed are the meek, but the kingdom of heaven is theirs. Or they should inherit the earth. It says something along those lines.
"And ye shall find rest unto your soul. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light."
Right, but a lot of people they love darkness rather than light. They'll rather choose the ease of this world and how easy it is to come up and do whatever you want to do, live how you want to do, the pleasures of this world that this world offers you, versus rejecting all of it, and turning away from it and just being patient until it's your time to shine. Y'all people they don't want to wait for their time, They don't want to wait for their time to shine. And that's the problem.
We just might have life more abundant. We might have life and have life more abundantly. So this is what we want, man. This is not, it's limited, man. We strive for immortality. We strive for immortality, okay? That's what it's all about. That incorruptible crown. Everything you achieve in this place is corruptible. And eventually, what it say? It's lay not up yourselves treasures on earth, but these can break in and steal and where it get on to you. You know, ain't nothing gonna get on in the kingdom once we rule it, once we in the kingdom. You know, in the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shai, which is gonna be on earth. Got it.
I just want to say the last thing. When you said, like how I said, we coming that we may have life and that we may have it more abundantly. We seen the 40 years of peace under King Solomon, which we know was Yahweh. So we had life at that point. But he said, this time we're going to have it more abundant. It's going to be a perfected thing. It's going to be better than it ever has ever been. You know, so Yahweh came and did the will of Yahweh so that we may have life and have it more abundant. You know, and then have it more abundant than all these other nations. Because they had their chance to rule on the earth. They had a longer duration and they had, you know, they had their time. Now we're gonna have it way better than any other nation, even during the time of King Solomon. So on that note, we're gonna close out. First and foremost, we want to give all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash.
double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, salutation, on the books, such that puts his words and share to the truth. Should not to keep his words and share to the truth. We hope this lesson was edifying. Until next time, we say, Shalom.
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 Shalom.